Okie dokie. So we're back at the road commission. This van is working awesome. I love this van. Got the loop in a while back ago. If you watched that previous video, looks like it's working pretty good. And good thing I got it in the nick of time, because the other door on the other side broke. I don't know how much video I'm gonna take, just because I feel like working today. I just feel like working. But loop's working good. I'm glad we got working. I'm glad they got concrete in here, because the guy just said, he goes a week or so ago, he goes, there's a 13-foot hole out here from them trenching out here. So yeah, so let's take a look. We'll look at this door here. Kind of one of those things you always forget about, but I'll block it up. I'm gonna change out the cables. There's the new springs, believe it or not, but they got so rusty crusty up here, but they'll work. Now you can see this one up there is broke. Let's get to it. So I want to show you something. You see how this is loose? That's very common in our field, or our line of work. That's very common. But if you look, we got a split collar on here, and that's what saved this. That split collar is what saved that key from walking out and this door having a catastrophic failure. So you really should always be using these split collars on commercial doors. And it's probably because this hub's not lined up 100%. And what I've learned over the years is that when it walks, every time it moves, it's pivoting back and forth, and that slowly works these loose. Normally you can't get them perfect. And you can see this one's just sitting here idled right now, and it's not that bad. So always be putting split collars on them. So pretty typical. Spring broke. I don't know what the cycle's on these ones. I'm sure we upcycled them at one time. Working this kind of by myself is not going so easy. I should have brought a helper like I was planning on, but look at that. It popped right out of there. Not good. We'll get her fixed up. That Milwaukee case is actually kind of helping me out. Put springs on it and slide them. It's actually working as like a little helper. So that is helping. Alright, back to work. Remember when LiftMaster used to have the 3 terminals so you could hook up a receiver? So when all these old trucks had old remotes, you could put that radio receiver on there and mash it up instead of buying all new. Yeah, those were the good old days. This has been a pretty good unit, I'm not gonna lie. It's served us well. I'm trying to see if I can find a date on it. What is this, the 4.0? I don't think there was too many problems with 4.0. I don't got no beef with it. Ah, there it is. Oh, what is that, back in 2012? If we could go back, huh? Oof. Yeesh. Wasn't us. I gotta get that trolley back on. It's just hanging out there in the middle of space right now. I'm gonna take one of those center brackets and pry it in there. Springs are up. They're ugly, but they'll work. Got it blocked up. Seems to work out pretty good. Got some new cables on it. See where we go from there. Took the other side of the bolt out here. Took that bolt out. I said, man, this thing's way too loose already for me just to break it loose. Uh-oh. It's supposed to look like that. Not like that. Darn it. Now what do you do? Another further investigation here, or more thought process. I bet that's why that popped out. Wouldn't even known. Would have probably popped it back in and it could have happened again, but I bet because that broke, it widened out and let it pop out. Interesting. So I think I got an idea how to fix this out in the field. And that way it'll save a trip back to the shop. It'll actually save a ton of time. And I think I have one, but I don't know exactly where. So instead of somebody digging for me, I'm just going to make one. Oh, you know, just another reason why I like doing commercial. You normally have a little bit more resources at your disposal instead of being desperate at a, I mean, who's got a vise like that? I mean, come on. That thing is beautiful in itself. It's pretty cool. Looks like a nice old heavy vise. So the idea here is obviously I'm going to drill some holes in the side and then bolt it, and I'll show you when it's done because I know you want to see it. Thank you, Vice. I just want to mention that. Thank you. So here it is, loosey-goosey, but it'll work. Once I get everything kind of snugged up in there and tightened down, voila, fixed. Good to go. Should work pretty good. I'm impressed. Well, first fail. I got that back in the groove. And then something I overlooked. Went to slide it down, and I'm like, why won't this thing slide down? Got a nut sticking out there. So, I think if I flip it, it'll be okay. Yeah, that's not going to go down in there. Not like that. So it about never fails that we have to do cables when we do these springs. I mean, you can see there's a bad spot right there. And there's many. There's another one. So it takes a little extra longer and more time, which is fine. I'd rather give a man a small job, and he does a good job. This blocks work out way better. I have them smashed in the ground. I don't know if you guys do them or not, but I love it. Sometimes I forget though, and then I fight the track, but that's the way to go right there. So I don't even mess around. The bottom rollers always get trashed, especially with the salt, Michigan, everything else in between. So they're getting a new set of rollers in the bottom. The one already is funky looking, so get her changed out. Let's take a look at this roller. I'll show you. When you get about this shape, it's time to replace them. See how I got a flat spot on them? That's no good. And it's really, see how, no good. No good. That only has maybe 6 months to a year, or a few months even. That one feels like a few months. You only got a few more months on that one. That one's going to blow out, cause a problem. Then you have catastrophic failure. The moment we've been waiting for. I'm excited. Let's check it out. Okie dokie, Pokey. Did you forget anything? Did you leave anything up on top that's going to impale you? It's going to take out your eye? Nah, I didn't. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Oh. There she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oh, it sounds so much better. That's gonna be a weird stop. Oh, perfect, perfect. Little boop, a little buff. It's just making it out of there. All right, let's bring her down. Ooh, it's cold. Got some new hinges on it. A couple were bad. There's one of them. See that silver up there? Yep, it splashed us. Oh my gosh. It works like a freaking dream. Now, the question always is, do I touch the photo eye or do I not touch the photo eye? Do I touch the photo eye or do I not touch the photo eye? It's crooked. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in, guys. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take one for the team. Oh. Okay. It was fine just the way it was before. No flicky flicks. No, we're looking good. Let's run it one more time, huh? It's working so good. I'm so proud of myself. You can hear a noise in it though, and it sounds like a roller. Let's see if the timer closes. I'll get out the cones out of the way. Come on, timer. Letting all those tax dollars out with the heat. I think it's okay. I feel like I hear a roller though. I'm gonna check, investigate. Whew. You know that last little bit where you always get, where it's like that last push up? It's always the hardest. Whew. That's where I feel like right now, huffing and puffing. So on the exit door, I don't know, they're both entrance and exit, so I can't say that. On the other side of the building, had a couple bottom rollers that were rusted, like solid. So I changed those out real quick. I just couldn't let those be. Even though we're not really here to work on that door, I got quite a bit of time in today on the other door. I just couldn't do it. I just could not let it stand that way. I had to fix it. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. So I didn't get the door really running. Well, I did. I got some video for you. So it running. it's working good. So there is a little thing to learn though. There's something I just learned. I just learned out of whatever 15 plus years, something like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just getting so old and gray hairs. Anyways, that door was running. I found the roller. I could hear it. It's years of experience. I know. I know. Anyways, got the roller fixed. Realistically, I think from here on out, we really should just change all the rollers. That's just what needs to happen. I think rollers are only good for, I forget what it is, 10 or 20, 30,000 cycles. With a little 2-inch here, they use these doors so much. So anyways, should change out the rollers, but I changed out the majority of them. And then I went through it, I played with them all. But you ever notice flat spots? I think this is the reason why. So flat spots on rollers can mean two things, right? It can mean, one, the roller's not turning. It's getting flat spots on it. Like the bottom, like one door over here, it was literally like, I probably should show you. Let me show you. It's chilly out there. So, can you see that? You see that flat spot right there? It's a heck of a flat spot. So this is one of the rollers on the other door that really wasn't working on, but you can just, it literally was grabbing and making the shaft spin. And in turn, ooh, look at that, right there. Ouch. Focus, camera, focus. Ooh, another flat spot, you can see it. Anyways, this thing's trashed. So with that being caught like that, it was making the whole shaft, which on the bottom bracket, it's hogging out the hole. So eventually the next guy that comes up here, if you don't have a bottom bracket, he's gonna not have a good day because that thing is destroyed. But anyways, another reason why you might see consistent flat spots on your rollers is I just learned I could not figure out where this noise was coming from. And I got this door working sweet. And I sprayed the crap. I could not figure out, I sprayed even the track, which I normally don't recommend or do. But I was getting so irritated, I just was like, I can't find out where this, I cannot figure out where this noise has come from. So after watching it probably for about 10 times in the radius, the newer rollers, the tolerances on them are bigger. So it was catching in the radius. It was actually literally stopping. It wasn't rolling. It would get pinched on that little swell in the top piece. So all I had to do was take some pliers and widen it out a little bit, and it took care of it, no problem. I was trying to, I knew it was in that radius somewhere, I just couldn't tell where. And you know how it is, guys. Sometimes in the radius, it'll be, it's because the track's too tight or whatever. So I tried taking a bar into it, and I was trying to widen it. I was trying to loosen it, widen it, loosen it, tighten it. I was just like, I was flabbergasted. I just didn't even know what to think. And then I finally caught it with my eye and watched the roller as it, and I went, oh, it's happening all the new rollers. Okay, any new roller, it's doing it, but not the old ones. And that explains why the rollers had a nice even flat spot on them, probably because every time they were going through, they were dragging versus rolling. So, might be something to look out for. If you ever hear that little, you know how it sounds like the roller's crooked? It does that, you know, kind of weird noise. Just something to look out for. I learned something. I'm going to look for it now when I see, ever hear it. But, you know, garage doors, a lot of times, over the years, for me anyways, it's a lot about the sound. It's the noise of them. It's a feel. So, you literally can listen to it and go, I know what's wrong with it, or something's going on, I got to look for it. So, anywho, thanks for coming along. Spent a lot of time here. There's still more work that could be done here. So, anywho, getting to her. Thanks, like, subscribe, love, care, be kind, give, charity, hug your kids at night, give your wife a kiss, your husband a kiss. Well, maybe you shouldn't. You know, we got the V thing going on, so, you know, maybe you guys should stay separated. Anyways, see you guys.